So, four-time NBA champion Draymond Green went on his podcast and expressed his, I guess you could say, frustration, for lack of a better way to put it, about the Spurs just deciding to walk off the court instead of, shaking hands with the Knicks after the Knicks won the finals. The Spurs ended up just walking back to the locker room instead of shaking hands with the Knicks. And Draymond Green was expressing his frustration with that. His view on it was that you should look your killer in the eye, pretty much, right? You should look your killer in the eye. He said you should go blow for blow, pause, and then be pretty much, man enough and, a sport enough to be able to go look the other team in the eye, say, hey, great series, and just shake hands, and then, walk off the court, and, the rest is history. But the Spurs decided to, and I don't know if it was a team decision or whatever, but the Spurs did not do that. They ended up just walking off the court after the series was over, or after the game 5 was over, which ended the series. They ended up just walking off the court instead of shaking hands with the Knicks. And Draymond, obviously being a 4-time NBA champion, expressed his frustration with that. My view on it is this: hate him if you want to, love him if you want. I know Draymond has gotten a bad name over time. I know some people don't agree with how he plays the game and how he approaches playing the game. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. I'm not one of those people. I don't have a problem with how Draymond plays the game and actually plays the game of basketball. I feel like he is, at least from the point of the Warriors, just from how much he's brought to their team and their system, I think that me personally, I think that he is a very unique character that we need in the NBA. Like I'm always like never opposed to having like that defensive anchor pillar player that Draymond is. Like Draymond is that defensive anchor. He's that defensive pillar. He might not do too much on the stat sheet, but his impact on the court will be felt, pause, regardless. So he's one of those players, and I have no problem with the way Draymond plays the game. I know he's had a couple incidents over the course of his career that people, may look at his opinion as, being, I guess you would say, hypocritical in a way. I don't look at it as that. I feel like he's just telling them from a veteran point of view. Like Draymond is a 4-time NBA champion, so he knows all about being in NBA finals and being in that moment, and he's lost a couple times in the finals, so he knows what it's like to have to go, like he said, look your killer in the eye and shake hands with them. It hurts. Yes, it's going to be not pleasant, but it's just one of those respect things. It's one of those things that where you just kind of show your respect for the other team. Yeah, I know it. I know it hurts that you lost. I know it's unfortunate that you lost, but it's not. It shouldn't roll over to the point to where you're like so affected by the loss that you don't want to show respect to the other team. No, be respectful. Like you said, go shake hands with the other team. And then my view of it, after you shake hands with the other team, you can still be mad. Go in the locker room and punch a locker if you want to. Like, you just show that respect enough to, hey, shake their hand and then walk off the court. It's fine. You don't gotta be cheesing while you do it. But hey, great series, man. Hey, it was fun. Great series. Congratulations. Enjoy it. That's it. And then walk off the court. Like, you don't have to be nothing else. Like, just or just, hey, great series, man, and just walk off the court. Like, it don't have to be this time where we sit down and have tea and crumpets together and just embrace over the fact that y'all just beat us in the final. It doesn't have to be that. Draymond is talking about just a general sign of respect. In any sport you think of, it's just that much. And now some people don't have that sportsmanship to where they do shake hands, and they always end up getting a bad rap for it. Like whoever, it's like I always tell you guys, I'm a huge boxing fan. You can get put to sleep. I'm just being honest. In boxing, you can get put to sleep, but it's still a sign of respect that after you do wake up, after you do wake up from your nap, it is respect that when you wake up and you get your bearings about yourself, you go over to the corner, or the other boxer will come over to your corner, and you dap up the boxer, you dap up their team, and you just kind of show respect. Like, hey, great fight, great fight, cool, great, congratulations on the win. Or if you won, hey, great fight, really enjoyed it, have fun, and that's it. Like, it don't have to be this whole like thing to where you have to watch them celebrate. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it before. You don't have to do like the Stephon Diggs meme. That Stephon Diggs kind of started a trend, if you want to be honest. Like, everyone, if you notice, I don't want to say he started it, because it really kind of started with George Kittle when he did it when the 49ers lost to the Chiefs the first time. It's one of those things to where when you lose like a game, you kind of just sit. If you're the loser, you kind of just sit and watch them celebrate. And the point is, it's supposed to motivate you to get there at some point in your career. So you just watch them celebrate. It don't have to be that. You ain't got to sit there and watch the confetti fall and watch the Knicks celebrate and watch Brunson get finals MVP. You just shake hands, go to the locker room. And here's the thing, to Draymond's point, and I don't know if Draymond was even going to this point, but just to add on to what Draymond was saying, you're at home. So you're in front of your home fans. You're at home now, so you're in front of your home fans. Trust me, the fans don't like the fact that the Knicks just won on their court. Like, they don't like the fact that the Knicks just came into your house and won an NBA championship on your court in your crib. The fans don't like it either, but they have to have that much respect to not freak out or start throwing stuff or just have a riot because the Knicks won. They have to have that much respect to say, okay, the Knicks won, and just okay, respectfully get up out of their chairs and walk out to their cars and get home safely. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that the Knicks just won on their court. I'm pretty sure they had all kind of thoughts going through their mind, all Spurs fans. I'm pretty sure all kind of thoughts were going through their heads, going through their minds as they're looking at the Knicks celebrate on their court. I'm pretty sure the fans didn't enjoy it either, but the fans were respectful enough and had just that much sportsmanship to where, yeah, they don't like it. It's not a good thing, but hey, the Knicks won, so like I said, from a supportive perspective, let me respectfully get up out of my chair, respectfully walk out, because you're going to have to walk past all the Knicks fans celebrating, because you know how the NBA works. All the fans at the end of the game, when the celebration starts, all the fans start to walk down to closer to where they can see the celebration. So they had to walk past all them Knicks fans, like with Knicks jerseys on, coming down towards the front and watching the celebration. They had to walk past all of them Knicks jerseys on the way out. They had to walk past all them Knicks jerseys, all the Knicks fans going crazy, Knicks fans crying, tears of joy. They had to walk past all of that, but they still had enough sportsmanship to where They respectfully did that, walked out, got to their cars, and like I said, got home safely. They didn't like it, but they just had that much sportsmanship to where they had to do that. So I think that's where Draymond is coming from. It's not like a thing of just bashing the Spurs just because. It's a thing of Draymond is a veteran. Draymond has done this multiple times. Draymond has lost in the finals multiple times, okay? And he's had to look his killer in the eye multiple times and shake their hand. And, of course, you guys know how intense of a player Draymond Green is. We just talked about it. He's had incidents, with the whole Sabonis situation with his foot on his chest and, early in his career with the Steven Adams thing, with the, the beneath the belt kicking, if you will, pause. But he's had all kind of incidents and, the whole when him and LeBron weren't the best of friends. That was before they kind of got cool, when LeBron and Draymond were kind of like intense rivals. Y'all seen how intense Draymond and LeBron were going at each other, pause? Like that, you see how intense of a player Draymond is. Of course he doesn't like to go look the team and the players in the eye that just beat him in the finals. Of course you don't like doing that. You're never going to like doing that. Like, that's never going to be a good. That's never going to be a good feeling. Like, it's never going to be a thing where, oh man, yeah, let's go dap up the Knicks, yeah, because they just beat us in the final. So yeah, let's go dap them up real quick, and we can talk about how crazy I'm seeing. It's never going to be just this fun, loving, happy, joyous. It's never going to be that. Never. It's never going to be that, especially when you just lost. But it is a thing of where you just kind of. I look at it like this: you kind of just put it into your mind or put it into your heart that consider it part of the game. Just think of it like that. Think of it like coaches do. Coaches are great at this. And I'm talking about in any sport, NBA, NFL, like I said, boxing, whatever sport you watch. Coaches are great at this. They could lose a game, win a game, unless they're a coach that has like a real ego about them. Normally, win, lose, draw, whatever. They consider it part of the game. They take the headset off in the NFL or in college football or whatever. They take the headset off, or in the NBA, they walk over to the coach. Hey, they dap up real quick, and it's on to their team. That's what it is. Now, they don't necessarily, I'm pretty sure they don't like the fact that they just had to dap up the coach that just beat them, obviously. Who likes that? Like, who likes dapping up the person who just beat you? That's never going to be fun, like I said, but it is a certain level of respect that you do have to have. And from Draymond's point of view, he was calling out that there needs to be a veteran. There needs to be kind of like Draymond, like I said, kind of how Draymond is saying and commenting on this. He's commenting on this from a veteran perspective. He's had to do this. He's had to do this multiple times. Look at his teammate. Steph Curry has had to do that multiple times. Multiple times. I remember perfectly. I don't know if you guys remember. This is a perfect example for the Spurs to maybe understand, if anybody from the Spurs is watching this, to further understand that this is not Draymond just bashing the Spurs here. Perfect example. When the Warriors went against the Raptors in 2019 in the finals, right? The Warriors obviously lost. After the finals game, I remember this. It was on Instagram, I believe. After the finals game, Steph Curry literally got on the phone, like on FaceTime. And I think it was on ESPN too, but he literally got on the phone on FaceTime. I first saw it on Instagram. On FaceTime, he's FaceTiming Drake, who is a huge Raptors fan, right? He's a huge Raptors fan. He's a Raptors supporter, put it like that. I don't want to say a fan, but he's a Raptors supporter. So he's a huge Raptors supporter, right? He's from Toronto, so obviously he's going to be, going crazy because the Raptors just won a championship, right? Steph Curry voluntarily gets on the phone, gets on FaceTime. He didn't even have to do this. Got on FaceTime Drake, and was telling him, congratulations, bro. As he's walking out the arena, like telling him, hey, congratulations, bro, like on the win. Like, congratulations, bro. Like, y'all deserved it. Congratulations. And obviously that didn't feel good. Like, you just lost. Like, obviously that don't feel good, but Curry knew, hey, to show this respect, and like I said, he didn't even have to do that because Drake ain't even a player, but just to show that respect and show that sportsmanship of, hey, I know the difficulty of winning a championship, and I know we had a hard-fought series, so let me show this sign of respect back to you, even though we lost. Congratulations on the win. Draymond is just saying that the Spurs need a veteran like that, like a veteran presence like that even when you lose, even in playoff games, because listen, this is a young Spurs team, so I'm going to go ahead and tell the Spurs right now, over the course of you guys' career, if they keep this squad together like I think they should, over the course of the Spurs run, bro, y'all going to have a lot of times where y'all lose some series and lose some games. That's going to happen. I'm sorry, but that's going to happen. It happens with every team. No team goes 82-0, okay? No team goes 82-0. That's going to happen, all right? So Draymond was saying there needs to be a veteran on the team that when those moments do happen, when you do lose a playoff series, when you do lose the finals, when you do lose a game that you really wanted to win, when you do lose those things, Draymond was saying that you need a veteran presence that can approach the team and say, "Hey, before we walk off this court, let's go give respect, right? Let's go give respect real quick, and then we can go about our business. But let's go give respect real quick." And just a veteran presence, and he was saying that they don't have that. And to Draymond's point, I agree, but they do, just being honest, they do have that. I just feel like the veterans didn't speak up. That's what I think happened. I just think the veterans didn't speak up because they have veterans who should know. Like, they have veterans who should know, like, sportsmanship and showing respect. They have veterans who should know that. Maybe they don't have vocal vet. Now that's something different. Maybe they don't have vocal veterans, because it's different between being a veteran and being a vocal veteran. I put them in two different categories. If you're just a veteran on the team, you're that guy that, can players learn stuff from you? Of course. Like when they talk to you, you teach them stuff, you show them how to deal with things, and you show them this, and, you show them whenever they ask you, you have an answer, stuff like that. A vocal veteran is more like Chris Paul. What the Flippers, I call them the Flippers because I'm a Lakers fan, but what the Clippers got mad at CP3 for speaking up and using his veteran experience. Chris Paul is a vocal veteran. What that means is, when it comes down to situations like that, when it comes down to, losing in the finals or losing in the playoffs or losing the game you wanted to win, Chris Paul would have been that guy to say, "Hey, no. Let's go give them their respect first. Let's go give them their respect, and then we can walk off the court and get back to the locker room. But let's give them their respect first, and let's congratulate them on winning this series, because it was a great series." He would have been that guy to speak up and say that and get the team to do that. Now, I think he would have got them to do that. Now, if Chris Paul or someone tells them to do that and they don't, then that's something different. That just means that they're a defiant team. That just means the Spurs are very defiant, because if the veteran is telling you, "Hey, it's a great idea for us to go give respect real quick," what's a dap up, bro? Like, that's 2 seconds. Great series, boom, and you got, like, it's 2 seconds. Like, so if Chris Paul hypothetically would have told them that and they ignored it and still went to the back, okay, then that's something. That's more on the younger players being defiant. That's what that is. But the Spurs have veterans. I just don't feel like they have vocal veterans. I don't feel like that, because it's just a thing of where I remember I don't know what game it was, but they said on the sideline, I believe Stephon Castle had to be like the guy to, like, regroup the Spurs in a huddle. I believe the commentator said that one time, and in my mind, I'm thinking, why does he's a don't get me wrong, he's an NBA player, he's one of the Spurs' best players, he's a starter, but it should be Harrison Barnes, it should be Harrison Barnes, Kelly Olynyk. It should be one of you guys speaking up and gathering the team together. Like, it should be y'all doing that. Y'all should be there gathering the team and okay, let's do this right here. Instead of the younger player having to do it. Like when the Warriors were at their peak, Steph Curry didn't have to say nothing in the hut. Like if the Warriors ever got into a situation to where the Warriors were like, in a situation where something just happened or something went wrong or something like that, Steph Curry didn't say nothing. No, who was speaking in the huddle? Andre Iguodala. Why? Because he's the veteran. He has that veteran presence, but also he's not just a veteran. He's a vocal veteran. He lets his veteran experience be known, not arrogantly, not saying, "Oh, I'm a veteran, so you got to listen to me." It's not that. It's just he lets his presence be known. And shout out to Steve Kerr for giving Andre Iguodala the range to be able to be a vocal veteran. and be able to use his experience to help the team. And it helped the Warriors tremendously. So freaking much that the last time the Warriors won a championship, they brought Andre Iguodala back to the team to make sure they had that veteran experience, and it paid off in the finals. It paid off. You got to have that vocal veteran experience. So that's what I feel like Dre is commenting on right here. He's not trying to bash the Spurs or say the Spurs are a bad team or are an arrogant team or don't have sportsmanship. He's not saying that. He's just saying that going forward, and even in the past now, it wasn't a good look, which it wasn't, I can't lie. It's not a good look to just walk off the court like that. And from here on, try to challenge yourselves to look your killer in the eye. All right? Win, loser. I always say do everything in a kind of like how Shannon Sharp says. Do everything in a win that you would do in a loss, right? So if you would have won that game, oh yeah, you would have went and dapped up the Knicks then. Oh yeah, you would have went and dapped them up. Oh yeah, man, great series. Yeah, you would have went and dapped up the Knicks then if you'd have won. So don't lose and be like, oh nah, I ain't dapping nobody. No. Keep that same energy. You would have dapped them up if you won. So just because you lost, you still go dap them up. Just consider it like that. It's just that simple. So that's all Draymond was trying to say. He wasn't trying to bash you guys or say you guys are immature or try to say the Spurs are not ready. He wasn't saying anything like that. He just was speaking from a veteran place, a veteran point of view, saying that you guys from here on out need to learn how to win, lose, draw, look your opponent in the eye, and be able to give respect. That's all he was saying. And to Draymond's point, I actually agree with him.